Vai chapa, hi. ¿Cuál la mentaí? Hera Guarani mentaí ahí. Hera científico, hay menta piperita. Hera inglés pe, hay peppermint. Hera español pe, hay solamente menta. Ya pote y dibujo de la mentaí. Hijo we, hovu, hija ka. Hovu ha marrón, ha ipotu, ha putangu, ha monoti a veces. So the leaves of the plant, as you can see in my drawing, are described as toothed or serrated because they are slightly torn at the edges and they have stalks called petioles that connect them to the stem that is of a purplish brown color. The eggs like ovate to lance-shaped leaves, and the tip of the leaves are pointy and sharp. Peppermint plants grow around 18 to 36 inches of height and 24 inches of width. So peppermint is a perennial, so fields do not have to be replanted each year. The average mint field grows for 3 to 5 years before a different crop is planted. And when planted, it is planted in late fall or spring. So that was like the life cycle of the peppermint. As to the reproduction, the peppermint reproduces asexually. Asexual plant reproduction, also known as vegetative reproduction, involves the production of new plants without the need for seeds or spores. This process can occur through various methods such as runners, bulbs, tubers, rhizomes, and cuttings. Asexual reproduction also allows plants to create genetically identical offspring. Peppermint reproduces through seeds dispersal or rhizomes, allowing it to establish colonies and spread rapidly. Its reproductive structure consists of purple-tinged flowers with male and female parts, producing pollen and fertilizing seeds. The plant terminal spikes produce small, purple-tinged flowers, allowing for rapid growth. Since ancient times, peppermint has been used for medicinal purposes. It was used for gastrointestinal ailments and other illnesses, according to the records from ancient Greece, Rome, and Egypt. For example, in ancient Greece, peppermint was used to treat the irritable bowel syndrome and colds as well. In ancient Egypt, oils made out of peppermint were used for the skin and also to treat colds. And in ancient Rome, oils were made for the skin, and that was like a cosmetic. It had a lot of like cosmetic values and properties. It was also used to treat muscle pain, colds, and stress. So I also made a diagram to show how, like, what the order of like the important things for in order to grow a peppermint plant. For example, this is can't forget, the most important like aspect that it needs. So here's like a scale, and this is should remember, so okay, and can forget. So watering is relatively important, like it's like at the middle. Then weeding is also relatively important, but it can also be forgotten sometimes. And cutting is also a bit more important, like almost like water, the same. Still okay, but you should try to remember it. And sunlight is the most important aspect, as you can see here on my diagram. And then also I made a chart for caring tips, which is in classroom, but mainly it's like it indicates like how important everything is and how to do it. You can check it in classroom. I won't read it for the purpose of shortening the video more. Okay, so some important things that I learned during this project is that peppermint tea helps combat stress and anxiety, which is something I learned from Lucy. And that perfume, skincare products, and bug spray contain peppermint, which is something my mom taught me during the process of the video and also in the like previous part of the video. And furthermore, I also learned that peppermint treats depression and that several antidepressants contain peppermint, like the medications. And that's something I believe my mother also told me. And the last thing is that my brother told me that the Guarani people inhaled peppermint as a vapor mixed with eucalypto because that helped to combat congestion and sinus infections. He said that he read it in a book about Pohã, Ñana. And yeah, that would be it. Thank you very much. Awije. Lucy, ¿de qué te sirve? Entonces cada puede de cuere puar iré, ella poste menta iré porque coa jae ti sirve guará, ti pape guará, ja jupe guará ahí.
Yo leí en un libro que los indígenas hacían vapor de eucalipto y también menta para que no haya más congestión.
Mira un poco, es el grupo Lucy.
Ay, mami, se hace nerviosa y te reí, pensé yucata.
No, mamá. Ella po temen taire carurire porque coa ansiedad peguará, ja, acá se peguará ahí.
Nervios, ansiedad, permanada, veis, ya en nunca.
Allá po, les nunca no, allá po. Ale, va po jehun de papuar así. Reya po temen taire, cada pujar cue, de cenarire. De Kembo ve, porque coa puara su peguara, rera su peguara, estreñimiento peguara.
Vaya juntar más, si yo pite ahí, hoy menos hay gente ti uña. Se hacen yo ya por repelentemente, yo ya puedo ver crema, ungüentos, uña, perfume de menta. Que tú he probado, veo.
Dale. Oye, mamá. Okay, so for the lab, I chose to do an infusion, a decoction, and a juice. I'm going to do that. Right now I'm making the infusion, and while I do that, I'm going to talk about the properties of other plants in Guarani. So, burrito, pues. Koala burrito, jae teipoja rosa, hoy se toma con tereré. Ipoja orekoa, jae tuebupe guará, ansiape guará, jariera supe guará. Koala koku, jae teipoja rosa vei. Ipoja orekoa, jae tuebupe guará, ja estrespe guará. Koala romero y Pohã huerecoa, jaetei Pohã rosa, Pohã cuavei, pero principalmente Pohã rosa. Koa y Pohã huerecoa, jae ansiape guará, acarasupe guará, puape guará. Y el yaguareteca. Koala yaguareteca y Pohã huerecoa, jae Pohã acu principalmente. Y Pohã huerecoa, jae guarasupe guará, rerasupe guará, trebupe guará, digestión pe guará, todo lo que sea puape guará, generalmente es todo el estómago nomás. So, now that we're done with the mortero, I'm going to put this in a container like this, and now we're going to leave it for 15 minutes. I'm going to pour the hot water. Right, I think let's make the decoction first. ¿Me pasas la? Necesitamos quitarle el jaca. So, the decoction you make con el jaca de la planta, the root. So I'm putting in everything. Okay, so now the noise is a bit.
Así no se
Ay. Ah, there, she helped me a bit. Lucy, ¿aprendiste sobre las plantas en guaraní?
Sí, aprende. Perfecto.
El Pohã Ñana. No te duele más. No te machices.
No, porque es aún malamente ahí.
Vale. Ahí. Okay. There we go. We have two. And now I'm gonna pour the hot water in like this. And the other one like that. And I'm gonna cover it up and leave it for 15 minutes, and I'll get back to you in just a sec. Again. Hey. Work. So there we have the two containers. Kind of gross, but yeah. I'll get back in a sec. Thank you. Okay, so now for the juice part, while we wait for the decoction and infusion to finish, we're gonna start making the juice. So we're gonna pour some lemons to mix with the peppermint, and then I'm gonna take some. Where's that dog? Oh no, see no.
It's okay.
I'm gonna take some of the peppermint, like the leaves from this plant that I have here, and I'm gonna just throw some in. Obviously, these are clean. I made sure of it before the video. Okay. Why are you throwing?
Sí.
Okay, there we go. And we're gonna pour some water. And we're gonna let it mix. I think that's right. Yeah. Okay. Now, you have acquired the juice. Yay! Wait. We're gonna pour in a glass. Tem vaso. Yes. Alright, so here is the juice. Cheers. So good. Yeah. Riquísimo, Lucy, proba.
Rico, ese sí se lo comen.
She loves it.
Riquísimo. ¿Qué queréis?
Okay, so while we wait, there's like 1 minute left, so I'm gonna talk about this. So, this is a chart I made. It's like the stage of growth and like some care tips that I found with my research. So for planting, I put choose a sunny location because the sunlight is very important for the plant. And also watering. The peppermint plant needs watering regularly, but one should be consistent, but it can still be skipped every now and then. It's not something, like nothing apocalyptic is gonna happen to it. if it's forgotten, like once in a while. And then fertilizing, just use a balanced fertilizer every 4 to 6 weeks during growth season or growing season. For pruning, just trim the plant regularly because that encourages its growth and prevents it from becoming leggy. And for harvesting, harvest the leaves as needed, but avoid taking more than 1/3 of the plant at a time. For pest control, watch for aphids, spider mites, and rust disease, and use organic pest control methods if needed. So for winter care, mulch around the plants to protect the roots during winter and the cold, and cut back the foliage in the case of frost. All right, so and then a very important aspect that was also in the rubric is the caretakers. So my idea was that during intercolegial, maybe at taking care of the plants station as a community service, like a community service station. And during break, maybe the athletes from the sports, like the varsity teams, like they have these summer camps or winter camps for both, and maybe they can go take care of the plants for extra credit, like for community service, or anyone else available in the community. And during school time, I thought that the school gardening club might be able to help with that, or anyone else that needs like community service hours. All right, that's it.